The Dark Ages in Orario began about 15 years before the start of the main story and ended about 5 years before. This period was marked by catastrophic events that completely changed the dynamics of the city and the dungeon. It all began when the families of Zeus and Hera failed to defeat the one-eyed black dragon, OEBD. This failure created a power vacuum in Orario. Taking advantage of this situation, a group of deities and their families, known as the Evolus, banded together to overthrow the guild, spread chaos, and unlock the dungeon, allowing monsters to rule the surface once again. During this time, Orario became one of the most dangerous places in the world. The surface of the city was more dangerous than the average floors of the dungeon. Most adventurers back then were second-class adventurers, i.e., level 3 and 4, as opposed to now, where many are level 1. The civil war that followed saw many families fighting to protect the city, including Freya, Loki, Astrea, Ganesha, Hermes, and Hephaestus. The adventurers who survived the Dark Ages are considered war veterans and are among the strongest in Orario. Before the Great Rivalry, only a handful of first-class adventurers, such as Finn, Gareth, Riveria, Alan, Hogni, Hedin, Otterl, and Mia, protected Orario. After the Great Rivalry, there was a significant increase in the number of first-class adventurers, bringing the total to around 40 today. During the Dark Ages, Evolus also had first-class adventurers, mainly from the Apate and Alecto families. These factions were largely eliminated by the Freya family. The Civil War allowed several families to rise in power, including Freya, Loki, Ganesha, Ishtar, Hephaestus, and Hermes. The Astrea family, though powerful, was almost completely decimated after the Great Rivalry, with Rio being one of the few survivors. A year after the Great Rivalry, the nightmare of the 27th floor occurred. Evolus pulled off a suicide maneuver, bringing monsters from the lower floors to the upper floors, causing the deaths of many adventurers. This event was a distraction to relocate his main forces, but Finn, along with the elites of Loki, Freya, and Ganesha, managed to defeat them, sending several Evolus deities back to the sky. About a year later, the Astrea family faced Rudra, one of the last Evolus factions, on the 30th floor. The combat caused so much damage that it spawned the Juggernaut, resulting in the deaths of everyone except Ryu and Jura, a member of Evolus. Driven by revenge, Ryu massacred the members of Rudra and other allies of Evolus, including merchants, civilians, and even guild members, leading to her being blacklisted. However, her actions effectively ended the Dark Ages, although some remnants of Evolus still exist, such as the Thanatos family. The adventurers who fought and survived the Dark Ages are revered as heroes and veterans of war. They played a crucial role in protecting Orario during its darkest times and are considered among the most powerful adventurers in the city. Their experience and strength are vital to the continued stability of Orario and to facing future threats that may emerge from the dungeon.